I am finally at 9 million battle power for my account, and as such, we are going to be doing the 9 million battle power showcase. I try to do this about every 1 million battle power or so. I actually hit 9 million about a banner ago on Yayorozu. I believe it was like exactly when I pulled Yayorozu, it got me to 9 million, and then since then though, I pulled Toga, I pulled some extra copies of characters, I pulled the new memory on the Toga banner, which is really good, and I'm really happy about that. So I have pulled a couple more things to actually get my battle power to almost 9,200,000. So the 10 million battle power video might not be too far off, but I didn't want to wait anymore to get this video done. I have been kind of slacking on getting this done. I wanted to get it done sooner, but with the release of Ultra Rumble, I have just been playing that game so much, and it's been so much fun. I really am enjoying that game, and if they could just add more content to My Hero Ultra Impact, I would be such a happy boy. It'd be oh my gosh, it would be the best possible world I could imagine, where we have content in My Hero Ultra Impact and content in My Hero Ultra Rumble to play. I'm waiting for that day. Hopefully with the beginning of the new year, we'll start to see some new content in My Hero Ultra Impact. We do have some new case files on the way, but unfortunately it looks like no new VE Tower and no new game mode, at least that we know of yet. We might get surprised, you never know. But I've rambled on enough about that. Let's go ahead and take a look at my characters and memories. I'm going to show you guys my memories first, and then I'm going to show you my characters, because let's face it, I think characters are just more hype than memories. And I do these account reviews where I talk about like free-to-play memories and stuff like that. And I'm like, guys, you should work on your free-to-play memories. So you can take some jabs at me in the comments if my free-to-play memories aren't fully DX'd and up to snuff, you know. But I have a decent amount of memories here fully DX'd, or pretty close to fully DX'd. So give me a little bit of credit there. And I feel like I do have the better memories that aren't free to play DX. Like Miraculous Coordination is definitely a memory you want DX'd. The badminton tournament with the two boys, you want DX'd for speed. This memory is one that, yeah, you might arguably not need DX, but it's a really good defensive memory. Friendly Reinforcements is good. Snatch is really good for action skill cooldown time. Of course, we have Adventure Awaits, which is insanely good. This Shinso memory used to be the memory back in the day for speed, because it lowered the enemy speed and raised your own speed, and was really good as a free to play memory. So I'm pretty happy with what I have worked on, and I'll kind of tell you guys what I want to be working on and what I want to get done. So as you can see right now, a lot of these copies have, like, down here, oops my bad, but down in that row right there with Fat Gum, have 3 copies into them, and that's not because I necessarily wanted those copies of those memories. I wasn't pulling for those memories. Those are just memories I got over time. Now, this Adventure Awaits memory, I do want to fully DX. This memory, I want to fully DX. I do want to get those 2 memories done. I have been working on Adventure Awaits recently, so I can have 2 copies fully DX, because I feel like that'd be really helpful, especially in things like Club Festival. It's crazy to think that a memory that is almost essentially 2 years old is still one of the best memories in games. So it's really good. And then as we scroll down here, I would like to just get this DX'd over time. I'm not going to waste UR limit break tickets on it, but if I pull extra copies, I wouldn't mind. This is a really good crit memory, and I need to work more on this memory here. This is another memory I would like to get DX'd if I can. I do have extra copies of it. I didn't put all my copies into that one, so I do give advice to keep those copies separate, and I've done that myself. I actually used UR limit break tickets on that memory. I've only pulled 2 copies of this memory, I think. So if I could have gotten a third, I would have, but it is what it is. Fantasy Meadow, on the other hand, as you can see, I have a copy with 2 copies into it, and I have another fully DX copy of Fantasy Meadow up here on the right hand side. So that was a memory I didn't even really want. It's not that great, but it's okay. It has its uses once in a while, but I have it. One of the not so good fantasy memories. I have another copy of Friendly Reinforcements down here, so I have a lot of duplicates of the really good memories that I already have fully DX'd, and it is what it is. I have another copy of this defense memory with Tokoyami, so yeah. I have a copy of the speed memory. I wouldn't mind actually having a second one of these fully DX, because it's a 50% speed buff and gives extra skill impact to the person that it's on, which is a really good memory. Once again, wouldn't mind having an extra miraculous coordination lying around fully DX'd, because when it's not DX'd, it's not that great. Hot Pot memory, you don't need to DX it at all. You can keep it without any DXs and just keep the Hot Pot memory the way it is, which is why I have 2 of them. The Gentle Criminal memory, same thing. You don't really need to DX the Gentle Criminal memory. You can keep them separate, keep 2 copies, because those 2 copies are going to be used quite a bit if VE Tower ever comes back, hopefully. And you can see some of my free-to-play memories down here, just kind of chilling. Not really getting touched, like this All Might memory, unfortunately. Some of the free-to-play memories I just don't see a ton of value in, because I have the summonable counterpart that is just arguably better. So it's like, I have a copy, I've got my copy as a collector, I don't really need to DX them. I feel like my VE Tower points could be better spent elsewhere, like on All Might pieces or copies of All Might and things like that, who I have been working on trying to get. I think he's pretty close to level 130 at this point, but we'll see when we take a look at my characters. And then we have this Hawks memory. I wouldn't mind working on that memory. I wouldn't mind working on this Best Genius memory. I wouldn't mind having like 3 extra copies of Splash realistically, but I don't. But I would be happy to have that. I need to work on this free-to-play memory, DXing that. So there's still things I need to work on too, personally. I know what I need to work on. I'm on myself about it all the time, but I'm just lazy when it comes to grinding out VE Tower, honestly, and just doing that every single day. And then we got the new memory, which I love this art for that memory. It's actually a fairly decent memory too if you get a DX. It's an action skill cooldown time memory that gives crit rate, which is the only memory I think in the game that does both those things, so that's really good. I have Dull Summertime. I would have loved to pull an extra copy of Dull Summertime, but I didn't. But at least I got a single copy. That one single copy is good enough for me. I would like to, like, having Dull Summertime DX'd would be really nice, but it's okay. I got it the way I wanted. Oh, and I said I thought I only got 2 copies of that memory. I guess I got 3 copies of that one memory right there, so I'll take that. I do actually have 3 copies, which I did not realize, so win. And then as we go down here further, we have all of the SR memories for the most part fully DX'd. Like, I have very few memories at this point that aren't completely finished when it comes to SR memories. Like, look at that, all level 95, all DX, all locked. Yep, I'm gonna say it, it's all locked, and it's absolutely beautiful. You know, I am proud of my SR memories. We got a few down here now at the very bottom that I'm still working on using the limit break tickets and stuff like that. A lot of these SR memories down here at the bottom without any copies into them are free-to-play memories, once again, that I just haven't gotten around to buying yet from the shop, because they're kind of dookie. Let me just show you one, for example. They're not really worth your time and investment, but increases character's power by 30% when equipped by a mind type character. Like, it's okay. It's not really worth your investment. And then at the very bottom, scrolling back down, I do have a few rare memories and 2 normal memories, and some of these I might actually honestly get rid of because some of them aren't as important anymore. But a lot of these memories that I kept were for like crit rate and things like that, to make use of them. Or like the normal memories were because I needed memories that weren't too strong or too leveled up, because there are cases like in VE Tower where you have memories that are too strong and then you kill the enemy too fast. So I have run normal memories in that case, which is why those are sitting in my box for memories. Next we have characters, and I have every single character in the game with the exception of 2. I am missing the World Heroes Missions Bakugo, who is currently unobtainable to me. He was pretty much unobtainable to me on the rerun banner too, because of all the characters that were featured on that banner. It made it next to impossible. I even bought the guaranteed ticket where you get one of the characters guaranteed, and got Deku again, which was unfortunate. But yeah, I won't be able to get him anytime soon. Don't know if they'll rerun it. Hopefully they will. And then I'm also missing Inasa, and Inasa is actually one of the better general pool units, so it kind of sucks that I'm missing him. And yeah, it does make me a little bit sad. So let's go through here and take a look at my character investment, and I'll explain kind of what I'm thinking. So very first off, I think investing in New Year's Deku, I wanted him to be good so badly, but to this day, he might be one of my biggest mistakes because he's not that great. New Year's Deku is just... He's got great stats, obviously, because he's at the top, but he's just okay. He's not that great. The Zero, I wanted him to be really good as well. Same thing as New Year's Deku. Like, I saw the bind, I saw the speed up. I'm like, this guy is going to be crazy in PvP. And then he wasn't. but at the time it was the first Zero in game, so like you have to pull for him, and I think I got 2 of them on 1 summon, which was massively hype, you know. So that's kind of why he's at where he's at in level 130. Also, I was just really excited about the character at the time, so maybe not the best investment on my part for Zero, but it is what it is. Najire's up there because she was the original healer. Everybody had her leveled up back in the day, so yeah, that's why she's there. Originally back in the day, I guess I should explain, you can only get her to level 100. I think I got pieces from just dispatches and from tower challenges, I think, maybe. It's been so long since we've had to do any tower challenges, I don't remember. But yeah, I don't believe I bought the pieces for her. I just got them from like events and hero lotteries and stuff like that over time, and was able to get her to 130. For the All Might, I did actually invest in him. I did buy the pieces because there was a point in time where you needed him to get past Kirishima because there were like very few Pierce characters in the game. Now we got a decent amount to choose from, but at the time, All Might was essential to climbing in Ultra Arena, so that's why I have him at level 130. And UR+, he is my only character that is fully UR+. And then we have All For One and Gentle Criminal, who I have recently finished, done showcases on them. So if you guys haven't checked those out yet, go check those out. But yeah, that's just grinding out the free-to-play characters. And honestly, for free-to-play characters, they are fairly decent characters. The new General Pool Bakugo is the Red Bakugo. He is arguably, I would say, he is the best General Pool Bakugo in game. It's actually not a debate at all. Having buff Bak is insanely good, as we've seen in Club Festival. And for anyone that didn't have him during Club Festival, it was massively unfortunate, right? Which I kind of hated that they made him necessary for Club Festival. I wish they hadn't done that, but it is what it is, and I don't work there, and they, you know, obviously don't listen to everything we say necessarily. But it is what it is. Hopefully, maybe someday, maybe the next Club Festival, they'll kind of take a note and note that people did not like that 1 character or 2 characters felt essential to Club Festival to be able to actually participate in it. And then we have Kaminari level 120. Kaminari's just one, like, I think he was like the 2nd or 3rd UR I pulled. We'll actually sort by date here in a minute and take a look. But yeah, I just invested in him at the start because I thought he was a lot of fun. I thought he was going to be good because he was one of the only characters with an AoE plus Ultra originally. And so that's why he ended up at 120. I believe once again for him, we got pieces from somewhere. I had him at level 100 back in the day, and then I didn't go and like buy more pieces to get him to 120. I just had them kind of lying around when I pulled extra copies of him. Best Genius, which we are still working on. All Might, we're still working on. We'll be getting them to 130 here hopefully soon. They're getting pretty close. All Might, I think, is actually closer than Best Genius. I think I'm like a spot or 2 away on the board to finish All Might. And then for Mirko, she's just there once again because I got extra pieces, and I did get her to level 100 for a showcase. A lot of these characters I got to at least level 100 for a showcase, but Mirko I pulled extra copies of, and then had pieces lying around from wherever, and was able to get her to 120. Celebration Deku I only got 2 copies of, ergo why he's only level 110. The World Heroes Missions Deku I could actually have a 130. I just don't have enough pieces to get him there, and I think at this point there's other characters I want to invest in more, but I would eventually like to get him to 130. There's a lot of characters I'd like to get to 130 realistically. Fantasy Uraraka I can't get past 110. The green Uraraka I could probably get to 130. Most of these general pool characters I could get to 130. I have their DX pieces and could do it, but whether I want to or not, or whether I can or not. So the problem with it is, one of my biggest problems with the game, right, is that in order to get one character to 130, you have to go and do like 10 more summons and pull duplicates of other characters. And who has hero gems around, just lying around, to go and get duplicates in order to fully DX their characters, right? Unless you're a massive whale. And I would consider myself, probably still a whale. Like I may not spend as much as some people. I'm a mini whale. I'm a small whale, you know, compared to some of the other people. There's definitely people out there that whale 3 times as hard as me, and wow, they have insane. You want to know who the whales are? Go look at the Club Festival rankings, and you will see the whales. But I'm in the top 20 to 30 for Club Festival rankings, so I would say I'm definitely up there as a whale. But yeah, so no one has time for the most part who plays this game though, or the ability to go and invest in characters to get them all to level 130 as much as I'd like to. It's just something they don't have, and hopefully eventually they'll introduce better ways of getting stars in the game rather than just getting them from summons, because it's a little bit rough. All right, and I have Yayurozu at 110, pulled 2 copies of her, so can't get her any farther. Same thing with Najire, who is our Impact Fest character. A lot of these other characters, I just had pieces lying around, so I was able to get them up to 110, who are general pool characters. Endeavor is actually a character I did buy pieces for, this Blue Endeavor, because I think he is sick. I think he is such a great general pool unit. He might be the most damaging general pool unit in game. Like, he does really, really good. Compress, I would like to have higher if I could, but I only have him up to 110. The Deku and Rhodey is kind of not as great as you'd like them to be, but they were a featured collab movie unit that I was like, might as well get them to 100. They're kind of hype. Vigilante Deku was hype. I wanted more copies of him. Only got 1 copy, unfortunately. If I could have him 130 just because I like the character, I would. Honestly, though, kit-wise, he's probably not worth the investment. Fantasy Deku, can't get him past 100 because I only have 1 copy. Same thing with Bakugo. Same thing with all these limited characters you see. Celebration, Ochako, Summertime Ochako, and Ida, all level 100. I do like this green Todoroki. Actually, I like both these Todoroki. All 3 Todorokis. All 3 limited Todorokis right here. Really, really good. I don't think they made like a bad Todoroki yet when it comes to limited Todorokis. When it comes to general pool, definitely are some bad ones, but limited Todorokis not so much. We need more Sues in the game. We only got 2 Sues, and the purple one, I would have liked for her to be better. She's still decent, but I would have liked for her to be better. She doesn't see as much use as I would like to use her. A lot of these characters, unfortunately, we just don't get to see enough use for them, and I would like to be able to see them used more, but it is what it is. And then you have Kaminari, who doesn't have much use anymore. Aizawa, the Impact Fest Aizawa, Fantasy Aizawa, I don't know that he ever really had great use. He had some use in Ultra Arena when it came to like beating certain teams, but other than that, I don't know. I mean, he's okay for status ailments and stuff like that. He'd be really good if we had more VE towers and more content to play, but that's the biggest problem once again. Just content to be able to play all the characters we want to play. We have Dobby, level 100. He's a character I would like to eventually work on and get leveled up past level 100. Unfortunately, I don't think I pulled any extra copies of him, the white-haired Dobby, that is. So that is where he sits. Redestro, we can only have up to level 100 right now. I definitely am working on getting him to 130 though, as a climax battle character and arguably the best tank in the game. Togas, I don't know how the Togas are level 100. They're not very good. Even the new one's kind of meh, in my opinion. I wish she was better, but unfortunately she's not. And Mirio, I would have liked for him to be better. He's not, unfortunately. He is still good in a sub slot on a defense team in Ultra Arena. That's about his uses right now. Ojiro can be okay on a mono blue team if we ever need mono blue teams to take on red teams for some reason. As we go down further, I think I wanted Shigaraki to be good, but he's not that great. I wanted Nagant to be good. She's not that great. There's just characters who do similar things but better for both of them. Green Golden Chance Bakugo, he's actually good, but we can't use him because he has stacking. The stacking would be amazing, obviously, in long form content, which just doesn't exist. Toga, I like her character art a lot. It might be one of my favorite character arts in the game. She has the recovery block, but unfortunately she's just, I don't know, I can't find it's hard to even bring myself to invest in her to bring her to level 100, which is why I did a level 85 showcase, because I felt like my pieces with Club Festival going on were just better spent somewhere else, like on Endeavor or on Bakugo, get the red Bakugo, getting him to level 120. Like, it was just better spent there for me. We have my free-to-play characters, all SR plus, of course, with the exception of Bakugo there, who's not level 120 yet. We have All Might, who's not level 120 yet, and Night Eye, I almost said Gentle for some reason, and Night Eye, who's not level 120 yet. Those are free-to-play characters that I need to get to 120, which you can only do through dispatches for All Might and Night Eye right now until another case file comes out. Maybe that gives us the ability to get more. I don't even know. Actually, I think we need a new DX piece for them, if I remember right. Let me take a look at that. Actually, if I remember right, I think we are lacking a DX piece for them. No, actually we have it. Just got to get the pieces from dispatches then, I guess, over time. And so that's something I need to work on, and hopefully we'll be able to get eventually by just kind of throwing them into dispatches. And then the Dabi I have level 110 because he is really, really good, a insane SR character. Ochako I have up here because I was trying to do some weird climax battle stuff where I was trying to like showcase her in place of Todoroki for certain. I think it was like an all-for-one climax battle at some point. I was trying to figure out a way to do it without Fantasy Todoroki because his barriers were like necessary at one point for the all-for-one climax battle. Obviously now there's more choices, but at one point that was the case. That Kirishima well, is a fairly decent tank. I don't know. I just level up a bunch of SR characters because I have the free pieces, and why not a lot of times that you get from just literally doing hero lotteries. Like if I were to go in here on a lot of these, they'd probably be able to be leveled up again. And I just do that every couple of months because if you go and do the hero lotteries every couple of months, you'll find characters that you're like, oh crap, I can level them up a lot. Seiji is up here on purpose. All Might is up here on purpose. I would argue Green Aizawa and Shinso are up here on purpose because they've had their uses in the past. And VE Tower, once again, right now, no VE Tower. So SR characters kind of lack a purpose, unfortunately. Yellow Mineta is useful. Blue Yayorozu is useful. The Red Endeavor is pretty useful. Kami has had her uses in the past. The Purple Endeavor is useful. And who else have I been using? I use Yellow Kaminari, I use Blue Su, I use Green Jiro, all right there. I think I've used Green or Araka actually in the past too, a few times. And I've used Purple Hawks before. A lot of these characters that are up to level 80 are just because I have used them. A lot of them are actually also up there, like I said, because I just had free pieces. And I bet if I went in on some of these level 75 or 70 characters, I could level them up. But I will not do that unless Kendo shows to me one more time that she is a saint instead of a bad luck omen. I will never touch Kendo for that in this game, because she has been a bad luck omen for so long. We'll see. We'll see if she is a saint in another summon. I will level this one of these SR Kendos up to level 100. You heard it here first. And that Deku that hurts himself, I think he is. I hate his kit. I hate it so much. I will probably never touch him either. Probably leave him at level 70 just like out of spite. I will probably never touch any of these Twices or Compresses or even a Nasa or Stain. Like they're just not worth it. Flex not worth it. SR characters in general aren't worth it. Invest in your URs right now. If they add content into the game that makes SR characters worth it, then you can invest in them. For rare characters, I do have some 110s. I actually want to I want to work on the rare characters more than I want to work on the SR characters. That way I can just do some rare character shenanigans and take them into like climax battles and beat climax battles on the hardest difficulties. Be Ultra Arena on the hardest difficulty. Beat Ultra Arena teams with rare teams. Like I think that'd be fun to do. And I want to see if I can do it with rare teams, see if it's possible with memory optimization and stuff like that. But unfortunately, I'm not able to fully invest in rare characters like I want to, because I am doing showcases for characters, trying to get them to level 100, putting investment into other UR characters and stuff like that. So eventually I'll get around. I've been saying this for like a long time. I'll get around to getting the rare characters leveled up and having some fun with them, doing some showcases on them and stuff like that. But unfortunately, that's just not the case yet. Anyways, guys, those are my memories and characters and how my account is looking so far. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. Do you guys have more battle power than me or less battle power? I feel like I have a lot, but there are definitely going to be some people out there who have more. I bet I can definitely think of people who have more battle power. So if you want to share your battle power down in the comments, that'd be really cool. Thank you guys for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, please go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and peace.